Well, hey there, friends. Good morning. So glad to have you here with us on this Tuesday. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Well, we have some winter-like weather this morning that's causing a lot of rain, some wind, and even some, dare I say it,
snow.
So Jeremy Legoo is in the Outdoor Weather Center right now. He is having a great time in the elements this morning. I feel like he's living his best life.
Oh, yeah, y'all too cute.
He's being a trooper. He's like, get out here, Tim and Channing.
And now we're good. We're good.
You know, it's all relative. That's one of my life mottos. It's all relative. No matter how gnarly I think I am or major physical feat I complete, there's always someone who did it better, faster, stronger. And as gnarly as I think it is out here, rainy, windy, kind of gross on the back patio here on the South Hill, this is what it looks like up in the mountains. Wind and snow coming down. It is a wet, heavy snow in the mountains just because we're a little bit warm. But as you can see, we already see the backside of some of this moisture. So that's going to start working in here rather quickly. But there it is, snow coming down up high, snow coming down off to the north. And you really got to get north of Deer Park. It is a warm one this morning. And so a lot of what is falling is coming down as rain. Basically, if you're heading north on 395, you're going to find some of that snow rather quickly outside of Deer Park. You head north on Highway 2. Not until around Newport do you find some of that snow. For us, that quickly works its way out. And by this afternoon, we might even see a little bit of sunshine just before the sun sets. Keep in mind, it sets in the 4 o'clock hour nowadays. I'm just the messenger. I promise. Wind gusts stay strong throughout the afternoon though, so even as that rain and snow, winds down, the wind stays a little bit breezy later today. And what we wind up seeing is temperatures climb from the 30s this morning. It's a kind of gross 30s to the mid 40s later on this afternoon. It still remains rather mild considering we are in the second week of November. But for now, it's back to you guys in the studio while I come in and dry off.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. Now let's get right into today's big stories. This morning, the University High School student who allegedly threatened to kill a fellow classmate now knows the consequences. Yesterday, a judge set Adam McCarty's bond at $50,000 for felony threats to kill. According to court documents, McCarty walked into class and yelled that he was going to kill another student. During the hearing, Commissioner John Stein said the situation is severe.
I don't know anything about you. I don't know what you're capable of. All I know is that I've seen a lot of threats from students to other students, and this one is a lot more egregious than what I usually see, given you apparently walked into class in front of a whole classroom of people and repeated the threat, so you find you are at risk to be out in the community.
In addition to the $50,000 bond, McCarty also cannot step foot onto the University High School campus, and he cannot contact anyone that he specifically threatened. That threat caused classes to be canceled last Friday.
Newly released court documents give more insight into a local teen's alleged plans to bomb Medical Lake High School. Last week, a student alerted the school resource officer about a bomb threat after seeing it on social media. When the resource officer talked with the suspect, he admitted to making pipe bombs. The court documents also reveal messages the 16-year-old suspect sent about his plans. One message says he would test the bomb out at school. According to investigators, the suspect said he had a bomb in his backpack on his way to school Thursday before Halloween. He claims he walked the access trail of Medical Lake and threw the bomb into the water to get rid of it. The suspect remains in the Spokane County Juvenile Detention Center as detectives continue to investigate the bomb threat. We did ask the Medical Lake School District what communication they sent to parents about the bomb threat, and we're still waiting to hear a response. 8:05 now. It is time for your morning rush. More news and less time to get your day started.
First up, Sandpoint Mayor Shelby Ronstadt is announcing that he is running for governor of Idaho.
Now more than ever, Idaho needs leadership. That's why today I'm announcing my candidacy for governor for the great state of Idaho as a Democrat.
Shelby is a fourth-generation Idahoan, and he's currently serving his second term as mayor of Sandpoint. He's only the second two-term mayor in the city's history.
Former Idaho State Representative Aaron Von Ellinger pleaded not guilty to 2 felony counts of rape. He allegedly raped a 19-year-old State House intern back in March. The 39-year-old former Republican lawmaker, who resigned from his seat during an ethics committee hearing in May, was arrested in September. He is currently out of jail on his own recognizance. The trial is set to begin in April. Well, Russell Wilson not the only one making a return to Seattle after his injury. Whale watchers spotted about 60 orcas on Monday between Whidbey Island and Kingston. This is both the J and L pods of the southern resident orcas. No sign of any new calves. Earlier, though, this year, 3 of the orcas in the J pod were pregnant.
Now that's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
Our Boomtown series continues here on Up with KREM. This morning we are talking about the Podium.
So the Podium is Spokane's newest sports facility, and it features a 200-meter hydraulic indoor running track. Already 2 national championships are booked at the Podium in the next year.
Construction of the $53 million facility is now complete, and this morning we're getting a first glance inside the brand new world-class venue.
So KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez is live this morning speaking with Spokane Sports. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, guys. World class is just the perfect descriptor for this brand new spot. The Podium is going to be hosting its first event on December 11th, and that's why I've got Eric Sawyer here, because he knows all about events going on here. So first up, tell me, what kind of events are we bringing here specifically because we have the Podium now?
Well, a lot of unique events, and it really starts with kind of a one-of-a-kind on the West Coast indoor hydraulic track. That's really set the stage for what we are able to do in this building. It's kind of the iconic piece of the design. But once we get out of the indoor track season, which is usually March, then this really does become very much a multi-purpose indoor facility, and we can do just about anything you can think of that would occur inside of a building with the traditional sports of volleyball, basketball, which we'll be doing. 2 very large events we'll be moving into here: the Pacific Northwest Volleyball Qualifier and the middle school basketball championships. But then outside of that, you've got a lot of unique possibilities. We're going to host the karate national championships here. We'll have a large indoor USA wrestling tournament in here. We're looking at everything from cheerleading events to badminton, table tennis, you name it, we want to do it in this building, because that's really what it was designed to do, is to be a very flexible, multi-purpose venue.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, naming off all those sports is going to bring bodies here to Spokane,
Right.
People spectating, the people actually competing in the sports. We saw research that showed 25,000 people annually every single year just because of the Podium. So what does this mean for Spokane?
Well, you really, we want to do is bring a lot of people to town, and because they spend money, and when they spend money, they generate a tax base. It saves all of us locally from having to pay for services if visitors are doing it on our behalf. So we're trying to attract visitors here, and this facility will probably generate somewhere in the neighborhood of about $35 million annually in tourism spending. And then if you kind of boil that down, it comes out to somewhere close to $2 million in a tax base that we're going to be able to generate here just out of this building. So it's all about economic development. When you get down to it, that's why you want these facilities. We're a state that relies heavily on sales tax, and we want more people spending money who don't live here but are going to help pay for our services.
Absolutely. Well, and it all starts on December 11th, like I mentioned. That's when the first event is happening. But for now, I'll send things back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Nicole. That facility is incredible.
It really does. I can't wait to get inside and check it out.
I know. And actually, one of the biggest benefits of the Podium is actually its location, because it's located in downtown Spokane.
Yeah, it's in a great spot. Most venues like this are usually on the outskirts of a community, but with the Podium, any tourists, visitors, athletes, coaches, they have the opportunity to do their race or event and then go back to their hotel, walk through the park, get something to eat, walk around downtown, or even warm up on the Centennial Trail, which is just outside their doors.
So other than the great location, of course, what else sets this facility apart? Well, organizers say the venue will bring major sporting events to Spokane, and they say the arena can host large spectator events and even cater to the specific needs of tournaments.
It also has the space to host a number of courts or fields. However, city officials say the arena and convention center can still provide supportive space for the tournaments. Our Boomtown series continues all morning long on Up with KREM. Coming up in our next half hour, Nicole Hernandez shows us more of the facility. Plus, we're talking about how future events could bring in millions of dollars every year to Spokane.
But with everything going on, it just more and more it made it seem like it wasn't going to be able to make it happen.
Just ahead, hear from one Coeur d'Alene couple who moved across the country because they could not find an affordable house to buy in Kootenai County.
And stick around because coming up after the break, we're taking you outside, talking wind, rain, and even a little bit of snow coming down in a few areas. You've been sending in the pictures. We'll take a look at some of those as well before I give you the full forecast.